All right, good morning, JBLM. Good morning. So welcome to the July update. I noticed we have a light crowd today, but that's probably for obvious reasons. A lot of people are on leave, so lucky for them, right? Got a pretty full agenda today, so we're going to roll right in, get a couple remarks from Colonel Percival, not Colonel Lucas, so sir.
Hey, good morning. Real quick, I know we got a lot of folks who are right now on block leave. Appreciate those who've come out so we can get some information out to y'all. Colonel Lucas is on leave right now with also Colonel Lucas, and we just got back from Yakima Training Center to do a change of command. Just real quick words about that is the training center out there is a busy place, and to see that team come together and all the support they provide to all of the units here, it was really good to see. We have a new commander out there, Lieutenant Colonel Roger Gaberlick, and he's getting in the seat, and I think he's going to do great things. So with that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and start with recognition. And then we'll move from
we
there.
could have the two teams come up that are being recognized with their folks. And while they're coming up here, just a couple admin remarks. Thank you always to the Red Cross for providing us coffee. Please make sure you visit our service providers in the back. And also, please, on these blue and gray sheets on your tables, leave us feedback. Leave them on the tables, and we will collect them after the update. Okay, who wants to go first? Michelle, your folks need to get up.
I know.
Right, so while they're coming up, in the interest of time, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ted Solon, our Deputy Director of Emergency Services. I wanted to take an opportunity to recognize one of our firefighters here. In our world, our ability to manage an incident is critical to the service we provide to this community. For those who were here during the most recent train derailment, these are the folks that rolled out there and basically went from first incident to transition recovery operations in less than 4 hours, which is pretty miraculous. That doesn't happen without a great deal of training down at the individual level. Firefighter Bond here just got certified to train a very critical component of our incident management system that we rely on to be able to provide that level of service, not only with all of the members in the fire department, which is just over 120 personnel, but all of the first responders on this installation to get that level of proficiency that is really necessary so we can respond anytime, any place. So for that, sir, I appreciate all the work that you've done. Sir, I'll turn it over to you.
Good morning. I'm a little nervous. Good morning. I just want to recognize my name is Michelle Nolasco. I'm the budget officer here for the installation. I'm actually representing the Resource Management Office. So the Resource Management Office, we deal with a lot of manpower and also the budget. So anything that has to deal with, the payment of the electrical bills, we actually do that in our office. So first I want to recognize Miss Andrea Wiggins. Andrea Wiggins is a very popular person here on post. She's actually the LDTA, so the lead Defense Travel Administrator here for the installation. And she's being recognized today because she actually helped one of the ODTAs for DPW. They were missing an ODTA, so she actually helped them. So that's why she's getting recognized today. All right. And then I've got Jasmine Panajero. She is actually representing, I'm going to stay away. Jasmine Panajero, she's actually representing Sandra Peterson, who can't be here today, but Jasmine Panajero is actually the supervisor for that team. And Jasmine's team member, which is Sandra, she actually does a lot of things for the budget division, so we want to recognize her for all their efforts. And then we've got Connie Lee. So recently we had a AAA audit, which is the Army Audit Agency. So Connie Lee has been instrumental in ensuring that we met everything that we needed to do for the BCE audit requirement. And last but not least, representing the RMO, we've just got a great team. So we've got Dave Story. Dave is our right-hand person also for a lot of our equipment. So he's been recognized today for just outstanding support that he's been doing, not only in about the equipment that we needed, but he also did a lot of stuff for the Resource Management Office. So. And that's all. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Okay, so let's real quick, as far as the senior Army officer and senior Air Force officer, since we got a small crowd. Any comments?
No, hey, new deputy commander for support, 758, good to be here. My wife and Kim. We just arrived here recently. A couple weeks ago, I came here earlier as a part of a pre-po, so I mean, my only comments are you have a phenomenal reputation here in the Pacific Northwest, and we look forward to being part of the team. That's it.
Hey, Colonel Aaron Stainpine. This is also my first community update. Very excited to be here. I'm the Vice Wing Commander for the Airlift Wing. Over on the Airlift Wing side, we are very busy as usual. A couple of things that we have going on right now. One is we're coming off a big push for readiness, trying to ensure that our aircrew are ready for the high-end fight. We're moving POTUS right now, you may have heard, so that means our air crews are out on the road making sure the President can meet all of his objectives at the summits he's attending. And then finally, we've got a mission into the Antarctic coming up, trying to ensure that we're supporting the National Science Foundation there. So we definitely follow with Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, life is not about being happy, it's about being useful, compassionate, and honorable. We're definitely useful over on the airlift wing side. We are working on the happiness too, though, and so I definitely appreciate this group. Thank you for being out here and supporting us and making sure that our airmen are taken care of.
Okay, so just very quickly, I know everyone will be disappointed that we do not get to have Mr. Buck James with us this morning, so he sends his regrets. He'll be back next month. So quick snapshot of the calendar. I'm not going to go through these because a lot of the dates that are up here we'll talk about throughout the presentation, but when you get the slides off of the websites, you'll have a snapshot of the calendar events.
Good morning, Chuck Markham. I'm the Deputy for Director of Public Works. I've got a couple topics here, slides just for updates on what we've been talking about here on JBLM, but specifically even at the last few Garrison updates here. The first one is our update to the JBLM Water that we're talking about. As we talked last time, we did hold 2 water town halls, one on Lewis and one on McChord Field, and we had fairly good representation and discussions with some of the residents who showed up there in the workforce. And based on that and the topics we're talking about, we formed a working group to address some of these issues. We've also brought in Madigan people and preventive health side of the house there to help us, and we're working through to take some short-term actions, but then also looking at the long-term goals there. And one of those short-term actions coming up is we're going to have a survey that'll be coming out to residents and then also the workforce here that'll be electronic, and it'll walk you through some questions to see, get some input on brown water, but then also if they have chlorine or other issues with your water supply. And in order for us to keep the data and make the data useful for us, we'll be asking for your address on where these brown water issues are happening so we can address them properly and get a feel for where the problems are the worst. We think we have a pretty good idea, but that's about the only personal information we'll be asking for is the address of yourselves. Also for your information, as of 1 July, we've posted the 2017 water quality report for our 2 water systems, Lewis, Maine, and then also McChord Field. And if you can, the link is here, or it's also it's basically on our SharePoint site there that's out there for everyone to look at. It has a lot of good information about those water systems and the testings we do. And again, it is safe to drink. Questions on water right now? There'll be more information coming out. Okay, next slide, please. Just a quick update on some of the construction that's been going on that we've been discussing in the Garrison updates. As everyone knows, Pendleton Avenue is open for traffic. We still have a little bit more work to do with putting light standards up and finishing up some of the landscape, but the sidewalks and the roadway are open and for use. And so that's good to get that opened. McVeigh Gym parking lot in the similar area is on time and working, and we'll get some more parking in that area. Waller Hall parking lot in front of the area there in the library has just transitioned over to the new phase. So the middle phase the middle parking lot area is done and being used, and the 2 sides are being worked on now. And again, that goes into October time period. The main gate has been closed since 1 June, and again, at least for outbound traffic, and it'll remain that way till basically the end of September. They're working through that. As you use main gate, you'll be directed to new lanes as they start finishing up some of the pavements. But again, the outbound lanes will be closed through the end of September. We have a new project that will be starting towards the end of this month, Rainier Drive in the Logistics Center, and we'll do that by phases, so you'll always have access to the logistics gate area. And I think most of us, as we go through McChord Field, will see that the new Candlewood Suites as a construction site has been fenced off, and there's activity there at the intersection of Barnes and Lincoln. And so for utility connections for that area, Lincoln Boulevard will be closed. There, you can see there 26 July through 15 August. So there'll be some detours there if you're used to using Lincoln there in front of the Burger King. But there's some good detours that'll be marked there. And then for future knowledge, WashDOT has awarded the contract for the I-5 work along the JBLM corridor. They expect the contractor to mobilize late this summer. Work will start happening in the fall, maybe September, October time period. They will start on the Berkeley Exchange, where the Madigan ACP is there. They'll start on that, and then shortly after that also start with the Thorn intersection where the logistics gate is. So they've done their best, and they will do their best to keep any closures to a minimum. But again, it will have some impacts for entering and exiting JBLM, and we'll keep you posted on those changes as they work through that area over the next 4 or 5 years. Okay, questions on any of the construction? Yes, ma'am.
Going back to the groundwater.
Yes, ma'am.
So I thought you guys were doing a working group to look at maybe some shorter-term solutions.
Yes, we are.
Are there any results from that yet, or is that still in progress?
That's part of the progress, and part of the reason why we're putting surveys out to get a better feel of the magnitude in the areas on what people are saying. But yes, there'll be some. We're going to try to get some of those short term. But yeah, we're concentrating on that right now. Yes, but long term and short term. Other questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, just a couple update statuses on the reorganization that we've done with the new Directorate of Personnel and Family Readiness, which merged the Directorate of Human Resources and Armed Forces Community Service. We're still working and consolidating our footprints across the Joint Base so that we have 4 main hubs, which would essentially be one-stop shops for everything that you would need. And so some of the recent moves that we've done, we have consolidated all of our programs and services into Building 100, commonly known as the Castle, so you can get everything that you need from a military, Air Force military personnel perspective, and also all your family programs in one location. So that's a good win for us, so we're happy for that. We've moved our Employment Readiness Program, which primarily supports our military spouses, into the Hawk Transition Center. The reason behind this is it gives military spouses a very wide breadth of different services and programs that are already afforded to our service members that now they have the ability to capitalize on some of these employment opportunities that we have. And then finally, we moved Survivor Outreach Services into Waller Hall. That was just a move across the street, which is a nice co-location with them with our Casualty Assistance Office and also our Retirement Service Office. So just to give you an update on how we're progressing with our moves to consolidate our footprint.
Good morning, my name is Megan O'Day. I'm the EFMP manager. And if you'd please refer to the activities column on the busy slide above, I would like to, first of all, just say we at EFMP are dedicated to your soldiers, airmen, and families as they face a myriad of challenges with a variety of medical conditions. In May, the DoD Office of Special Needs launched EFMP Resources, Options, and Consultants. Yet again, another acronym, EFMP Rock, but it's here to serve across branches, installations, to provide disability-related information on laws, benefits, and the consultants are there to provide an overview specific to their family and connect them with their local EFMP. We here on JBLM cross-promote this campaign through our webpage, which now serves as an on and off base resource directory for the local community. Our monthly e-newsletter also highlights upcoming activities and features EFMP Rock as well. We do follow-up emails, again, featuring it as well. So we've embedded it in our campaign, but we know when you broaden resources across a platform and you contextualize messages, that we still need to create meaningful opportunities to engage. So during in and out processing, we now ask the service member to identify the family POC so that we may make a courtesy call to that family member and during their arrivals and their departures, specifically and uniquely how to support their family. For the past year and ongoing, we offer family activities. These are sensory friendly. We do this in partnership with MWR, CYS, and Madigan. We like to send the message that we play in the same sandbox and we want them to join us. So to build a sense of community, this upcoming weekend we have the USO Suite at the Tacoma Rainiers game. Next weekend we have 88 cabins 2 hours away in the Wenatchee Forest. And we offer activities different month. Every month we change it up. And finally, we have a families council, cross-rank, cross-branch, and we make sure that we meet with them regularly to ask them feedback on our processes and services. We share this with JBLM Cares, the Autism Center, so that they can go deep, right? And this, in addition, these activities, in addition to contextualized messages across marketing channels, specifically with EFMP Rock embedded, keep us relevant, accessible, and desirable. Thank you. It is a pleasure to serve our families. Oh, so sorry. Yes?
If your child isn't, if your child is a part of EFMP, you said that you partnership with CYS. Do they need to be signed up with CYS as well?
So for our EFMP family activities, they do not. Okay. It has nothing to do with CYS registration, but we partner with CYS because they do childcare pretty well. Right. And so we want to make sure that our activities are desirable.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Good morning. My name is Jay Ebbison. I'm the Public Affairs Officer for Madigan Army Medical Center. Next slide. Well, we have a big week this week, and we're saying goodbye to our commander, Colonel Mike Place, Colonel Promotable Mike Place. Colonel Place was here for 3 years, which is an unusual, exceptional command tour because he had the opportunity to help lead us and guide us through the new electronic health record system that we have adopted called MHS Genesis. And I know that some of you may go, ugh, but we are making progress and things are improving. As a patient myself, I know that the portal is a very good thing, and I appreciate that, be able to communicate with my provider and to see my results from doctor's visits and my prescriptions that I have. So we're continuing to work through that. But Colonel Place, I think, in speaking as his PAO and on his behalf, we're very proud of what he's done. He's very proud to have been part of Madigan for 3 years in the JBLM community, and he's extremely proud at the improvements of our quality, which in some areas rival and actually are second to none. I can't say the Mayo Clinic or Cleveland Clinic or Johns Hopkins, but we are in that league, and we are very proud of our quality and the safe care that we provide to our patients, our soldiers, airmen, families, and retirees. Additionally, he is very proud of expanding some programs here with the innovation besides Genesis, why there's the JBLM Cares that Megan just talked about, the first DoD Autism Care Center here at JBLM. And the readiness piece, we have increased the provider, our clinical staff readiness, and we've done great things there to include expanding the Soldier Center Medical Home, the continued collaboration with the Airman Clinic and Aerospace Medicine. So we're very proud of all those things. He's proud of those things that he's done. We're sad to see him go because we kind of like the guy. He was with us for 3 years, though there was one very large fail,
we were unable to convert him to be a Seahawks fan. So we failed in that endeavor, but we tried really hard. Next slide, please. So busy week for us. Tomorrow at 4:30, why Colonel Place is being promoted to Brigadier General in the Medical Mall, and we are going to have that on Facebook streaming live. And then at Watkins Field on Friday, why there's a change of command where we welcome Colonel Thomas Bunt. Colonel Bunt is no stranger to Madigan. He was here before in 2012 as a deputy, and he is coming from San Antonio, Texas, and he is, like myself, a homeboy, grew up in Bothell, just north of Seattle. So we're excited that he's going to be joining us, and that we're excited for his leadership and taking us into the next couple of years during his command tour. Next slide, please. Oh, missed one. Okay, so we're pretty proud of this too. It has taken some work because of the cybersecurity issues and because Madigan was built during the Cold War. It is built like a brick outhouse, but we're almost there. And we're thinking that by the end of the summer, we are going to be Wi-Fi equipped. So more to come on that. Stand by. It's exciting for all of us. We're excited about that, like I said. Next slide. All right, so we just recently got accredited from the American College of Surgeons on our bariatric clinic, and we're pretty proud of that. So if you are considering some sort of surgery or procedure or to get into the program, talk to your primary care provider. I think there's a phone number there. No, not a phone number. But we are going to have a wonderful website, a web page up on our website. And again, talk to your primary care provider about options and opportunities through the bariatric clinic. Next slide, please. Back to school physicals. I know it's July, we're still in the middle of summer, however, we've got to be thinking about that. So talk to your primary care provider if you are in pediatrics. Additionally, we can help work a little bit through the school-based health clinics, which we're excited about, that are deployed in several school districts around the area. And next slide, please. Oh, we're talking about the DS logon. Okay, so I heard some newbies here. Who is new to JBLM? Okay, sir, ma'am? Ma'am? Okay, that's it. Okay, we're going to get a lot more, but we are on MHS Genesis. So you came from a place where you used Relay Health secure messaging. That does not work here. So, but don't discard your password or that site, because when you PCS somewhere else, you're going to go back to Relay Health, because the patient portal on MHS Genesis has a secure messaging system. And like I said earlier, as a patient, I'm pretty excited about it, and it works well. Now, to get more information, to get your DS logon, because the one thing that we struggle with is that most of us, have CAT cards. A lot of retirees don't, and family members don't. And so it's a little hard because the logon, or the registration for your DS logon is a cybersecurity strengthened process to make sure that you are who you are. So they're going to ask some interesting questions like, who's your mortgage lender? What's the middle name of your great-grandfather? Not quite that bad, but of your mother-in-law, for example. So they're just trying to make sure that they're confirming who you are because of the cybersecurity issues we have had in the last few years. For more information, go to our website. You click on it, and then it will show the patient portal link, as well as some instructions on how to get registered if you are not. And we'll talk more about this in upcoming community updates. Next slide, please. Okay, Patient and Family Advisory Council. We would love to get people to come in, patients to come in to be part of this team, to advise and guide us on how we can better deliver health care for you all, because that's what we do, and that's why we're here, providing quality health care to you all, whether it's readiness medicine or just a cough due to cold for a family member. So that's pretty important, and we would love to get your feedback. Next slide. I think we missed a slide. Did we go back too fast? Can you go back a couple of slides? Sorry about this. One more? One more? One more. No, I guess we missed that one out. So let me talk about the school-based health clinics before I leave, and I know I'm taking a little bit more time, and I apologize. So we have school-based health clinics in the Puyallup district, Steilacoom, and Lakes. And there's usually a doctor and a nurse that staff a clinic one day a week so that you can do the usual stuff, that you don't have to pull your kid out of school, you have to take time off from work to go to see your provider. And we're excited and proud that we have expanded this program to North Thurston, for North Thurston High School proper, as well as River Ridge High School, and to Bethel School District with Belmine Prep, and I think there's one more, and I can't remember the name of the school. But anyway, we're excited about this. And again, we've got health care in the schools for the convenience of you, the mom and dad, and so that you don't have to pull your child out of school. And as our motto is, the classroom is the waiting room. So we're excited about that. And I think we're at the final slide where we want you to stay connected and in touch. And we are on all the social media platforms. We believe that we've got a pretty good website that's got lots of good information. And subject to any questions, I need to go. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Right. It's two schools. It's two schools. It's the prep, the two high schools. Is that what it is? Yeah, it's the two high schools that we're in. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, so it's for Bethel. It's the two high schools that we're in. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kathy with the Environmental Division of Directorate of Public Works, and I wanted to talk to you briefly just to follow up with what Mr. Markham had to say. On your table, you're going to see drinking water, frequently asked questions. This kind of goes into a little bit more depth, and it gives you the links so you can track down those drinking water reports. Once again, if you have brown water issues, flush your taps and make a phone call. Let us know where that is. One of the other programs we manage is the Go Lewis McChord program. Hopefully you've seen our transit shuttles running around. Maybe you've had a chance to check out a Go bike. And I just wanted to let you know that during traffic and reconstruction, consider checking out a Go bike. It's going to save you a whole bunch of trouble finding parking. All right? So 8 different checkout locations. The newest one's coming to Jensen Gym next week. So be sure and look into that. Open to anybody that's a DoD card holder, 18 and above. Once again, our Go Transit shuttle also gets you around base, and if you're interested in van pool, we can hook you up. Check out golewismcchord.com. Next slide, please. Time for water use, smart water use on JBLM. Once again, there's no car washing in your housing units. Just want to clarify, we want to make sure you're using those those either commercial car washing or the Autocraft, the MWR Autocraft shops to wash your car. If you have leaks or you notice something leaking or the sprinklers are staying on, give us a call, 967-3131. Option 2 is the service order line, and let us know where that's happening. We want to make sure we're not letting water run out. Next slide, please. So once again, irrigation, we're on conservation level 1, so you can water Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. There's kind of a little chart here. I put the water memo on your table as well, so it's just going to give you the breakdown of when that chart goes forward. And just keep track of your water usage. The other thing I put on your tables, you're looking at our Green Classic and Sustainability Summit, July 23rd. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things sustainable on JBLM, and you have the opportunity to sign up for both the golf tournament or the summit only. So come on out to Eagles Pride and have a look at what we're doing out there. Any questions for me? All right, thank you.
Okay, good morning again. I just want to take the opportunity to introduce our new JBLM housing manager. Miss Beth Wilson is joining our team. She brings with her really a wealth of housing management experience and knowledge. She's coming to us right now from Camp Humphreys in South Korea. And so, again, she's going to be running a full-service housing division. So if you have, obviously, housing questions here on the installation, talk with her. If you have barracks questions, talk with her. If you have off-post, housing service office also works for her. And then if you live off-post, okay, I'm sorry, and then with the PAL, the Privatized Army Lodging for staying on, she's also going to be in charge of that. So I just want to make sure that you see her and recognize her, and if you have questions, don't hesitate to talk with her. So thank you. I'll turn this over to Nancy, and she'll talk some housing issues.
Good morning. I, for one, am ecstatic that Beth is here, so we get to increase our staff by 1. So to close out the Army survey that you all participated in, I hope we had our drawing for the 1 month's free rent, and that was a family out of Beechwood, and they were just notified yesterday that they're going to be getting their equivalent to their BAH next month. So that's great. And so that was just one prize that we did throughout the, 4 months for this Army survey. So I think next year we should ask Lincoln to pony up 2 free months rent and see if we can't get that a little bit more spread out a little bit. Next slide, please. So we have a lot of activity in housing, and just some upcoming ones is in Broadmoor, again. The duplexes, they're going to be getting gutter replacement and wood rot repair. That doesn't mean every single one. They're going to go out, inspect, and go ahead and do that. An email went out yesterday, hopefully to you all, and you all saw it, that lives in Broadmoor, that this project is going to start around the 3rd of August. Does anybody live in Broadmoor? Nobody. Wow. I see one person that lives in Broadmoor, so hopefully you got that email. The Greenwood multiplexes are going to get new storm doors, so they're going to be a little bit more heavy doors for security reasons. And then Parkway, back to Parkway. We've done so much work in Parkway, and we're going back to it again. So they're going to get hose bibs, they're going to get roof replacement or repairs, and they're going to get all door replacements as well. And then a few of our other projects are listed up there. We're continuing to do laundry room replacements in Parkway. We're continuing to put up fences, so there's a lot of activity in housing. Any questions? Great, thanks.
Good morning. Here's the fun stuff that's happening on base for the next couple of months, and I've got my notes here because some things have changed since I sent the slide in. The country night coming up over at Sam Adams on the 20th, and then this entire summer, if you have children, they can bowl free every day of the summer through September. And then as parents, you can sign up and you can bowl with them for a very reduced price. All you have to do is buy your rental shoes and you're golden. And if you're a club member, you can rent shoes for $1 at the bowling center. Some of the things you need to know about. The Summer Jam 3-on-3 is a 3-on-3 basketball tournament at this location on the 14th of July. It is $40 per team of 3 individuals, either youth or adult. There are a lot of fun prizes, a lot of things that they're going to do there. The Green Golf Classic that Kathy mentioned. The Freedom Run is coming up on the 21st of this month, and then we still have the Family Fun Night movie again over at the McChord Field. So next slide, please. So there are some changes to this one. First off, the August 4th Pacific Pathways Triathlon. Today is the last day to register in advance in order to get the t-shirt in the size that you want and the swag bag. It includes a swim cap and a medal, because the triathlon you're going to have to swim for. So if you want the swag bag and a t-shirt that fits, you need to register before midnight tonight. The Northwest Adventure Center block party, the NAC party on the 11th of August, they still have inventory that they are trying to get rid of. So it's a good opportunity for you to buy outdoor rec equipment at a much reduced price. It's stuff that we've rented out but is still in very serviceable condition so that we can get more new inventory in. And then on the 4th of August, it says the 26th of August there, but they've changed the date for the youth skeet shoot. It is now the 4th of August, and if you want to register for that, contact the Northwest Adventure Center, or you can contact the skeet range in person that way. And then coming up in September, we've got the Salmon Run, one of the runs that we do over on the McChord side. Your choice of 1K, 5K, or 12K, and then there's always a salmon dinner included with that. It's hard to believe we're already celebrating Oktoberfest coming up, but it'll be the 15th of September over here, and there will be a flea market outside prior to that. Wine and Jazz, which was a very popular program last year. We're bringing that back again, and that'll be at the McChord Club. And then the powerlifting competition coming to Soldiers Fieldhouse. Anybody have any questions? Keep having a fun summer. Thanks.
Good morning. I'm B. Westcott Kroll, and I'm the Chief of Child, Youth, and School Services most days. Wanted to let folks know that we have to shut down our Skies building for a couple of months because of some repairs that have to happen, as well as get some things up to code that we kind of snuck around, I think, when they built the building. So we're sorry that we can't have our karate classes or our gymnastics classes or boxing for a while, but we really looked at different places on the installation to have these activities, and there's just too many safety requirements and space requirements in order to do it. So we'll be back up in the fall. If there's any questions, I'll be around afterwards. Next slide, please. I'm really happy to announce that we did very well in the Special Olympics last week. We had 3 individuals that medaled. We had, I think it was 2 golds, 3 silvers, I think, and then everybody got a participation ribbon. The cool thing about this is that we also have a cheer team, a EFMP cheer team here on the installation, and they've been asked to go to the International Special Olympics, which is in Abu Dhabi next spring. And so they're going, and we're waiting to find out if our swimmers get to go. So we're very proud of them, and they really represented JBLM well. I don't have a slide for this. Next Tuesday at 11:30 to 12:30, we have our Parent Advisory Board meeting. If anybody has any questions about child and youth or concerns, that's the place to do it. We'll be at the McChord Club, grab lunch, and we'll have signs up as to where we're meeting. So thank you very much.
Good morning, my name is Specialist Blakely. I'm the Vice President of the BOSS program. I'm just going to go over a couple things that we've done recently. So in the month of June, we did the, we had like, let's see, whitewater rafting, which was awesome. We took a group of service members, as you can see, a couple pictures, one of the pictures of us going, having fun. It was like a 2-hour car ride there, but it was definitely worth it. Something cool that I think all service members should be able to do and partake in. They did an Armed Forces Sail on the same exact day as the whitewater rafting that Airman Lies went on. And it was with the South Sound Sailing Society. They took a group of service members and civilians out and taught them how to sail and gave them lunch and stuff like that. They did a resiliency painting class, which, as you can see by the pictures, everybody seemed to enjoy. Got some great artists here in the military. And even if you're not, you can draw a stick figure and still, you know, feel good about yourself. And then just to kind of cap it off, one of the things that we did have going on as well is we had like was it the Armed Forces Day that went on? Or we had the Freedom Fest, which was, if you want to go to the next slide, please. Oh, I guess it's not on there. But the Freedom Fest was actually a giant success that we had. We actually got to, as part of the BOSS team, some of us got to hang out with David Lee Murphy and hang out with him, get to meet him, and it was just a great way to raise some money and have some fun. We've had lots of people come and help out, such as Sergeant Tien from Madigan, who decided to come out and help us out and be a grill master, as you can see in the picture there. I mean, don't let him fool you. He can cook a mean burger. But yeah, just cool stuff like that. And then the next stuff coming up in July is rock climbing. And that's going to be with the Northwest Adventure Center, and then Rock and Rally. And Rock and Rally is going to be a volunteer event. They need a lot of people to help them out. It's a giant, pretty much for the veteran community and the service member community. It's going to be security and stuff like that, helping out with the band Drowning Pool and all that kind of stuff. So we have a big list of spots that need to be filled for that. So if any of your service members have any questions, they can get a hold of the BOSS office, stop by. We have that list printed out of all the different things we're going to need filled. And then last but certainly not least, the BOSS Strong competition. We aren't taking any more applicants, but if you have a team that you know turned in a packet, and if you have not got to us your shirt size, we're going to be sending out another email just to kind of caveat on that and like keep up with it so we can get everybody a shirt size and all that kind of stuff. That's about it.
Good morning. I'm Chaplain Brandt. I'm the new Garrison chaplain, so glad to be here and join you all at this event. Going to talk a little bit about some of the events that we've got going on. Well, not going on for the first note there. The No Faith and Family University Night. That's where we have our Awana programs on Wednesday nights and our adult Sunday school or Bible studies that go along with that. You can bring your kids and drop them off for Awana and then join one of our adult studies. That'll pick up again on the 5th of September, so after the summer break, we'll get back to that. The big event that's coming up starts next week on Monday, and that's our Vacation Bible School. We've got over 400 kids signed up for that. There's no longer any online registration right now. We've kind of cut that off because of the large number of registrants. But you can come on site if you're still interested, you're new to the community, you'd like to try and register, you can come on site to either the Beechwood Elementary School or the Carter Lake Elementary School. There's always some openings first day, so don't feel like you need to stay away from that. So everybody's invited to that. So 2 locations, great events for our kids all week, 9 a.m. to 12. Okay? After that, next slide. We have relocated the JBLM Family Life Center. Our Family Life Chaplain does a wide variety of counseling services, and they're all listed there. And that is back at the 4CMC Chapel. That has been renovated a little bit and reopened. So you can schedule appointments there through that phone number. Next slide. There are some slots available for the Strong Bonds training event for single soldiers. The Madigan Hospital Unit Ministry team is heading that up, and there's some contact information for that. So that's a great event for single soldiers as well. Next slide. Okay, I think that's it. Are there any questions for me? I'm so new, I didn't see all the slides. No questions? Hand it off to the next person.
Good morning. I'm Ron Lewis with the Fort Lewis Commissary. First, we have McChord, July the 12th through the 14th. They have a sidewalk sale. Next slide. So typo is actually the 12th through the 16th at Lewis, Maine in the warehouse. We're having a sizzling hot summer sale coming up. Next slide. Then we have on August the 2nd through the 6th in the warehouse at Lewis, Maine, summer savings sale also coming up. And then September, August the 30th through the 2nd, we'll partner up with the exchange and have another sale, which would be the May, September case lot type sale that DECA normally does in the warehouse also, but it'll be talked about in upcoming briefings. Next slide. Join our team, the commissary. We need people. Have them go on usajobs.gov. Those who are not affiliated with the military, you got a perk now. Employees get to shop at the commissary. So, just put that out there. I'll turn it over to Aphis.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So the first thing we'd like to talk about, we're looking for new team members. So with the exchange, we've made it kind of simple. What we'd like you to do is please apply at applymyexchange.com. In the old days, you had to come see us. In the new days, just apply online. So we're looking for a lot of good team members. And if your spouses, if your dependents are looking for work, please come see us. So we're a good place to work, and we look forward to that. Next slide, please. So let's talk about this Friday over at McChord. On the 13th of July, it's National Ice Cream Day, and that's a good day. So please go to McChord, and the quantities are limited, but that's something to look forward to. Also, on Wednesday, to July 25th at McChord, you have the 123rd birthday, and cake cutting starts at 11 o'clock. There's other various things going all the way through at McChord. Please go there. Over at the Lewis Main store, we have on the 14th, we have a lot of events going on, and that's happening this Saturday. So this week, on Monday, we had the large yellow DeWalt truck at the Lewis Main store. That's a truck that goes around and we sell power tools to everyone. So what happened was on this Monday, it's kind of interesting.
On Monday, that truck was here. The most signatures for wounded warriors was at Fort Carson. Well, Fort Lewis, you and McChord, you guys beat it. So we had 681 signatures. The reason that's important, $1 was donated to wounded warriors for all of that. So Joint Base Lewis McChord, we beat Fort Carson. I think you'd enjoy that. The next one is, as you go a little bit further down, on the next slide, over the last 10 days, we've had 2 major events. The first one was we had Ron Gronkowski, number 87 in New England here. I've been here for 4 years. There was 1,200 people in line. Now, he took care of everyone. At the very end, he said, hey, I'm going to sign some photographs. Everyone got a signature. Then, like you know, we had former President Clinton here, and we had the best-selling author, Mr. Patterson. That event went very well. We hope you enjoyed it. Up here, we have another event starting on Wednesday. We have a Seahawk, Bobby Wagner, coming, and he'll be here from 10 to 11. So there's some guidelines on here, but I think everyone's getting used to the guidelines. We hope you'll enjoy this next one. Next slide, please. Thank you. Pending any questions? All right, have a great weekend. All right, we have one more. And that's all right. So up here, this is kind of cool, and we've started something new. It's called the Military Brat Patch. And everyone likes this because if you have that Military Brat Patch, you can go to the food court on July 28th, and any child 18 years or younger that has that patch gets a free treat. And so that's kind of a cool thing. All they got to do is show the patch. All right. Pending any questions? Thank you. All right. No problem.
Hello, my name is Rob Snyder. I'm the Air Force Recovery Care Coordinator. I work for the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program. And today I'm going to talk to you about something that we've got coming up here at JBLM for the 4th year in a row. It's our Northwest Wounded Warrior Care Event. Our Northwest Wounded Warrior Care Event is comprised of Air Force, Army, and this year, Navy Wounded Warriors from all around DOD who come up to the Great Northwest, a lot of them for the very first time, to see Joint Base Lewis McChord and participate in different types of activities. The majority of the activities are adaptive sports. Now, our wounded warriors use these adaptive sports to try to see if it's a way of rehabilitation. Do they want to continue this? Is this something that'll help them out to continue on through their life and through their career? You can see some of the activities that we have coming up from the 27th of our opening ceremony at Cowan Stadium. We've got wheelchair basketball, seated volleyball, swimming, rifle, pistol shooting, powerlifting, wheelchair rugby. All these activities are beginners courses. The wounded warriors that come out here, some of them, majority of them are severely wounded, ill, and injured. Some of them have physical wounds and illnesses. Some of them have our invisible wounds of war. But they all participate as best they possibly can. Nothing is ever forced upon them, but they come out and they enjoy these. They try to interact with other wounded warriors. Now, the activities are going to be scattered throughout Joint Base Lewis McChord. Some are going to be at the Soldiers Field House, Cowan Stadium. All the cycling event is going to be on McChord Field out by the APS warehouse. So they're going to be scattered throughout the facility. On Thursday, which is the closing day, the 30th, at the Soldiers Field House, we're going to actually have 2 leadership activities where JBLM leadership can get involved with the wheelchair basketball scrimmage as well as the seated volleyball scrimmage. And what I will tell a lot of the leadership when I talk to them is I say, when you participate in these events, don't think these wounded warriors are not going to take it to you, because they are. They take these events very, very seriously. And we brief that to the leadership ahead of time so that they're aware of this is going to happen. It's all a great activity. It shows these wounded warriors things that can continue them going forward with their career and their lifestyle. Some other activities besides the adaptive sports that are going to be going on during this week are a caregiver symposium. Now, not all wounded warriors have actual caregivers that come with them at every single location. Some of us have wounded warriors that need the caregiver support with their activities of daily living. So when they come out here, about 30 to 40 of them, we give them a 4-day symposium class that gives them information on how to help them, their family, and how to work with their wounded warrior. A lot of our caregivers, when our wounded warrior, something happens to them and they become a severely wounded, ill, or injured member, that family member is not told right away, what do I do? How do I assist my member? How can I help my member? What are some things we need to look for? So during these symposiums, we give them as much information as we possibly can. We let them know what's available at their location. Now, when they come out to Joint Base Lewis McChord, we know this being an Army-led location, we tell them it doesn't matter what establishment that you're going to. You will have some type of help and support at your DOD location. And we try to let them know that to help them along. We also have a mentorship program that we offer, an empowerment and transition program. A lot of our wounded, severely wounded, ill, and injured members are going to be going through the medical evaluation board, being medically separated. That doesn't mean life stops. We continue on with our wounded warriors, and we help them in their transition, either into employment, maybe back to school, going to a job at home with family, but our job is to help them in that transition period. The week that those folks that come out here that sign up for the empowerment and transition, they're going to go through everything they can think of how to sell themselves at a job interview. We actually have civilian employment agencies that come in, talk to these wounded warriors, and tell them, this is what I want from you. This is what I would expect from you during an interview. Here's the need that I need, the help that I need. And at the end of the week, we actually have a career care fair where employers come from around the United States come in and talk to these wounded warriors. Last year at the employment care fair, of the wounded warriors and the civilian agencies that came out, 40 people got hired on to apply after they left, their data separation came up. So it's another aspect of the Wounded Warrior program. We also have what is called the Ambassador Speaks presentation. The Ambassador Speaks program is a program where that wounded warrior will actually get up in front of an audience, large or small, tell them about his or her story, what happened, maybe from the very beginning, through rehabilitation, through recovery, what kind of assistance did the Wounded Warrior program offer them, and what are they doing now? These Ambassador Speaks events are going to be going on at the McChord Theater. We don't have the exact times and dates yet, but they will be published and sent out to leadership so that we can get folks involved. We know while this camp is going on, no mission stops. We totally understand that. But if we can get JBLM folks to know there are Wounded Warrior programs, no matter what branch of service you're in, things that can be offered to you. We want to see if they get the opportunity maybe to come out to an opening ceremony, closing ceremony, one of the Ambassador Speaks programs, or even when they come out during our lunch period, which is going to be at Cowan Stadium every day, just to chat with fellow military members. They're still part of the DOD team. Even though something may have happened to them physically, invisible wounds of war, they're part of that DOD team. And our job in the Wounded Warrior program is to continue helping them out, assist them along. Again, this is the 4th year in a row that they've come up to Joint Base Lewis McChord, and every single year, JBLM does an outstanding job with the support. Please, if you can, 27 to 30 August, come out, take a look at the camp, participate, see what's going on. Does anybody have any questions about the camp that's coming up? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sir.
Thanks. So last year we hosted this event, and I'll be frank with you, the turnout was not the best. We pulled it out of the hat basically at the last minute, provided the support that they needed, and it was, for those who participated in it, it was a fantastic opportunity to give back to a lot of folks who have our wounded warriors, and there are wounded warriors. So I highly encourage all the command teams to the max extent possible, be all in. Because the other part about this is those who participated and volunteered and supported the event. I was talking to airmen and soldiers and also our civilian employee teammates. They got a lot out of it. So this year we are going to make sure that we are ready for them and that we provide a world-class venue and event for our wounded warriors. So I just wanted to add that for you.
Good morning, my name is Christine Vu, and I'm the manager of the brand new USO Center that we just built here on Lewis, Maine. We're located across the street from Waller Hall inside the America's Credit Union building. So you might have seen the USO logo on the outside of the bank. You have to actually go inside the bank to get to our door. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We offer a lot of lazy boys, and so there's a really nice, relaxing lounge when you first walk in. We have computers, we have printing and scanning capabilities for anyone over at Waller Hall who's trying to get some paperwork done. We give out books, and then we, of course, as any USO center would, we have lots of snacks. And so if you could help get us, or help get the word out to everybody that we're open now. We've been open since March. And we also offer a really cool program called United Through Reading, which is really popular, and it's basically if a soldier or an airman is going to deploy or leaving for an extended amount of time for training, you can come in and read a book to your kids. So we'll record you reading the book, and then after you deploy or after you leave for your training, we send that book and the recording home, which is always really cool for kids. It's a great program, and so we encourage you to do that. It's by appointment only, but you can always stop by and make an appointment Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And then we often are able to give out tickets for things like, Mariners games, sporting events, or if we get concert tickets or any cool opportunities. We distribute all of that through Facebook. So if you could let everyone know to follow us, we're USO Northwest on Facebook. And yeah, does anyone have any questions about that? Okay, cool. Please encourage people to come by. It's a really cool center. We offer a lot of really cool stuff.
Good morning. I'm Marisa Peliquin. I am the president of the Friends of the Lewis Army Museum, and I encourage you to come by and visit the museum. We're open from Wednesday through Sunday, and the Friends of the Museum is a volunteer organization that provides help to the museum, either through providing docents, people to work in the gift shop, or even people to work upstairs helping classify the artifacts. It's a really fun organization. If you're looking for a way to give back to the community and to do some community service, please stop by our table and we'll be glad to talk to you. And we can see what we can do. I want to tell you about some of the events that we have coming up that are pretty exciting. The main one is the Vietnam 50th anniversary commemoration. And that, as you can see above, is on August 11th. We're going to have some special vehicles and equipment there, some reenactors, and it should be a really great time to come by and find out more about the history, about what went on, especially from soldiers from Fort Lewis during the Vietnam era. Besides that, we offer family days. We offer these every month. These are on Saturdays where we open up the museum, the public gate, so that everybody can attend, not just service members. And we've got special activities for our youth to include an airsoft range, refreshments, and uniforms and equipment that they can, have hands-on time with or try on. So it's a really fun time. Besides that, you can see other events we've got coming up from the World War I Armistice commemoration. That's coming up later in the year in November. And just one more note, if your unit, if you want to schedule an OPD or any kind of event at our museum, we'll be glad to work with any organization to try to make that happen. We've got a beautiful, beautiful place to host events, and we can certainly work with different, nonprofit or different units to help put together a reading group or OPD or whatever it might be to really benefit your soldiers. If you have any questions, please see me at the table in the back of the room. Thanks so much, and I'll be followed by the Spouses Club.
name's Jamie Lynn Bloom. I am the current president for the Lewis Community Spouses Club this year. We've had a change since I sent this slide in. Our actual super sign-up event is going to be August 21st at the Eagles Pride Golf Course. As it says up there, our September luncheon is going to be at the McChord Club. And then we do have 3 openings on our general board this year right now: community outreach, gift wrap chair, and schoolhouse manager. So if you know anyone that might be interested in volunteering with us in those capacities, please let us know. That's all.
Okay, quickly, our next Garrison update will be 1 August, 9:30 at the McChord Club. I did note all the changes for last-minute updates to several of the slides, so we will get those slides updated, and then they will be published on the MWR website so that you can download them under the community update link. And sir, over to you.
Real quick, are there any questions for the Garrison Command team? Or anything we haven't touched upon, or anything else that we need to get information out about? Okay. For Colonel Stainpine, do you have any closing comments? Okay. Colonel Klein? Okay. We will see you on the next community update. Have a great day.